Hello everyone, it's Justin here again from Meridian Vocational College. We're looking at the unit Prepare vegetables, fruits, eggs and farinaceous. With the previous two videos, we were looking at an overall picture about what to expect with your assessments and the recipes you'll be doing. We also looked at how and the importance of following a standard recipe. We need to think about the timing, we need to think about the deadlines, and also customer dietary requirements, really important. What I wanted to focus on today with you is looking at this word farinaceous. So often people see this word and they're a bit unsure of exactly what that means. So farinaceous, this word actually comes from and originates from the Latin word farina. Farina means flour in Italian. So when you think about flour, this is quite a broad and farinaceous covers a lot of different products. So we have, first of all, rice. So we have many different varieties of rice. And from there, different ways and different dishes. Very multicultural dishes. Okay, so think about long grain, short grain, brown rice. In a few weeks' time, you're going to be making a risotto, which is made with arborio, which is a short grain rice. We also have rice flour and rice noodles. So you might be familiar with rice noodles when you go to a Vietnamese restaurant and you order the pho, which is the beef soup, and you get these really nice silky white noodles. These are made with rice flour. We also have, when we look at the section of wheat, we have the flour itself. So we know that we can make really amazing breads with whole grain flour. We can also make pizza. Pizza is a base and is a real staple coming from Naples. Okay, that's the home of pizza in Italy. Okay, so a very simple dough made with flour, water, salt, maybe some olive oil. That's it. Okay, that's your base of pizza. We also have semolina. Often many pizza recipes they add semolina, okay, which is taken from the whole wheat. Also, they can add semolina into pasta, okay. Often you might see a little bit of semolina put onto a pizza tray before you slide that into the wood fire oven to prevent it from sticking. We also have, when we look at pasta, this is usually made from the durum wheat itself. Okay, so the whole part of the wheat, and again, lots of flavor. Okay, so when we think about selecting ingredients, we want to think about exactly. Often, people think about seasonality with fruits and vegetables. But also keep in mind that ingredients are always changing. Okay, so here in South Australia and in Australia in general, often we can have very dry time with having months and months without getting any rain. This actually affects the wheat that is being produced. So if you see a recipe where you're calling for 1 kilo of flour for 10 egg yolks, you might find that you need to add one more egg yolk or a little bit of olive oil because the pasta is too dry. So when we think about selecting ingredients, we also have to keep in mind that our ingredients are always changing. Maize is another part of the farinaceous section here. Okay, so with maize is corn. Okay, so we get the vegetable corn itself, but from there we can also have cornmeal. Okay, we can also have gluten-free corn flour. Polenta. We're going to be making polenta biscuits. Okay, so they're a really lovely yellow color, and we can see that this is actually a sweet biscuit. But polenta is traditionally an Italian dish which can either be served wet, so you cook that out, you bring some milk to the boil, and then you slowly add in your polenta while you're whisking. And then you finish that with some cheese, some grana padano, Parmesan cheese, or you add in a little bit of chopped thyme in there. Finish it with a little bit of butter, and this is actually a creamy sort of mashed potato consistency. There's another way of making polenta where you cook that and then you set that onto a tray. You add a lot of cheese in there, you're allowed to set overnight, and then you cut it into squares or diamond shape, and you cover this in an egg wash. You set up your crumbing station, and then you actually fry this. So when it comes out of the deep fryer, your polenta in the middle is really nice and cheesy, smooth and creamy. And on the outside, with your breadcrumbs, it's got a nice crunchy texture. There's other types of farinaceous goods. Okay, there's rye, barley, oats, lentils. Okay, so we're going to be doing a dish of dal, which is using red lentils. This is a dish coming from India. Okay, many of you will be very familiar with this dish. Potatoes. I want to explain a little bit about this one. Okay, here's my potato here. Okay, the humble potato. Did you know that there are more than 4,000 varieties of potato in the world? Okay, a lot of people think that there's just a few varieties. Okay, they originate in this region here, the Andes in South America. Okay, so think to that region. They have a lot of altitude there. They have many different climates, multi-climates in the one part of Peru in South America. So that allows them to harvest these potatoes of many, many different shapes, varieties and different colors. There are also 180 wild varieties of potato, but unfortunately these are too bitter in flavor, but they also play a really key part in the biodiversity of those regions. Okay, so they protect against any any harm to the other crops. So these 180 varieties of wild potato are actually very important. The potato itself, these are packed full of fiber, antioxidants and vitamin C, so they're very healthy for us to eat. When we think about potatoes, we're thinking about selecting the ingredients. So that's why I wanted to focus on the potato itself. With all these different varieties that we get here in Australia, we obviously don't have the climate and the high mountains that they do have in South America. So we can't get these diverse potatoes, but we still have quite a few varieties here. We have a variety of potato called the Sebago, which is an all-rounder potato, perfect for mashing, perfect for, this is a white potato, nice and creamy. So you can also, perfect to cook this up and just put through a potato salad. You can also cut these up and you can fry them, so they make very nice chips as well. These Desiree potatoes here, these are very well known for being a waxy potato that you can actually make mashed potato, really great flavor again, and they're distinguished by that purple skin. We also have kifla potatoes, which are very nice often they come quite dirty, so we need to give them a bit of a wash, and then we scrub that. We want to keep the skin there, and then we actually cut these, we boil them, and then we fry them up. Okay, so that's a little bit about the potatoes.